chef checks. It's me, Maya Chef Check, and welcome to another marker to Dollhouse item. Today I have this leftover from Patel Violet marker, and we're going to turn this into something for the Gummy Fish River City meringue ice or something, or meringue macaron ice, because I need it for the extra episodes. But yet, what will I turn this into? So this is the character, meringue macaron or something. She doesn't use her real name in this series because some people just don't use them. I'm trying to figure something out for this, and I think I'll trim this part of it off because I'm planning to make it a computer. So as hard as possible, I try to brute force it with scissors, but maybe should have used these for that. And there we are. That's trimmed off. And how do I make this a computer? There's lots of ways we can do this. It will kind of look like a retro computer, but that's kind of the point of using the marker part, or something like this, or a mini computer or something, because I'm trying to figure things out. So, as I go along, so just going to empty the beads out of that. That's better, but I'll have to paint over that. So let's test it. That looks like more space on the desk. Okay, now it's time to glue the computer parts on like this. And let's glue this. It was going to be a mouse, but it looks too small. But I could make this a speaker for the computer. Like this. I will paint it, but it needs to dry first. It dried. I'm going to mix the paint on the chair that we're going to use. And we're going to use that paint to paint the computer. I'm going to paint it turquoise to match the family home before I glue on beads to actually decorate the computer as well as hide those holes in the plastic. And now let's just do this. There's something to let it dry on. And now it's time to paint the desk. Maybe a lighter shade of turquoise. Going to mix some white to it. And mix. And I think after painting the table light turquoise, the desk light turquoise, I'm going to add more of the turquoise paint onto the computer because I think it was too similar of a color to the desk. There we go. Much better. Time to let it dry. After painting it, I glued on this ribbon as a keyboard to the computer, and we're going to give this computer a mouse using this bead. And let's add beads to hide those holes in the plastic to try decorating this computer with, like this. Oh, and I think I need another decoration here. So I think I'm going to use a bow, a red bow in here. So let's add it in, and that's much better. Now let's add a screen to this computer. So I'm grabbing some acrylic paint on the brush and painting the monitor on to this computer screen like this. And after painting it on, we're going to let it dry, and we're going to glue some beads on to add computer buttons. I'm using some of these red beads. Okay, time to let this dry. Using the same ribbon that I used for the keyboard, I made a ruffle to go on the table, and now I have this aquarium decoration from the range that I'm going to use to do something like a printer for the computer station using this little acrylic seashell I got at the range's aquarium decorations, but I'm not going to put them in an aquarium. I'm going to use them for dolls. So let's also grab a bead. These gems that are teardrop shaped. I cleaned out the under of my desk and I found a lot there, including these stickers. And I'm going to use some for the printer. So let's get into it, but let's remove the adhesive. And now, these are from Poland, these teardrop shaped gems, but anyways, this year I'm not going to Poland because the flight schedules are messed up right now, and the flights keep being delayed because that's Ryanair. I don't really like Ryanair, to be honest with you all, but it's the closest I've got to my grandfather's house, so that's the only reason I use Ryanair sometimes. But for other places, it's Jet2 Holidays, the airlines. But I like the Jet2 Holidays better than the Ryanair. The Ryanair feels like they don't care about you. They only want your money and that's it. Well, Jet2 feels like they care about you. So that's the printer done. I think I'll add a bit of a cherry on top of the printer to decorate the printer. Okay, let's put some beads on top of that. Yet Jet2 Holidays have been an ad that's always stuck in my head, and for some time it was memed. But anyways, time to let this dry on that before finishing this episode. Then it all dried. And Macaron Meringue has her computer station now that really suits her. So please tell me what you think of the computer I made using the last leftover piece of the Pastel Violet marker, because it doesn't have to be Pastel Violet thing made out of a pastel violet marker. You can be creative with leftover parts and make this. But anyways, please tell me what you think of it. And bye, Chef Check. See you in another video. Bye.